At 9-3 and ranked number 9, Ole Miss is off to Atlanta to face number 6 TCU in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. The Rebels closed out the regular season with a huge win over Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. That win knocked the Bulldogs out of the college football playoff conversation. TCU, of course, left out by the committee and sitting at number 6 after being number 3 a week ago. This will be a matchup of two of the nation's most efficient defenses in the country. Both teams also excel in taking away the ball. TCU is second in the bowl subdivision with 36 takeaways. Ole Miss is tied for 12th with 28. The Horned Frogs are averaging nearly 47 points a game. That's the second most in the FBS.
All right, back with the championship brain trust here. Coach, quarterback, defensive lineman. I won like a golf trophy when I was 5. That was basically the only ring that I got. Ole Miss, TCU, not exactly the season Ole Miss wanted after the late finish, but when you look at this matchup, what's the first thing that jumps out at you?
The TCU offense against the Ole Miss defense. You got an offense in TCU that averages almost 47 points a game. You got the number 1 scoring defense in Ole Miss. Ole Miss can be attacked power, downhill. TCU likes to attack you east and west. That's the strength of the Ole Miss defense. How are they going to counterpunch each other? That's what I'm looking to see from that matchup.
I love that matchup. That's going to be what you're looking at. And Gary Patterson said, actually, in the offseason, he said, we have to come up with the times. We have to adapt. We have to, if we want to be competitive in this Big 12 conference, we got to bring in Sonny Cumbie. We got to bring in Doug Meacham. We got to start spreading the football around. That plays, to me, into Ole Miss's strengths, because when you watch the TCU Horned Frogs, they have at times lived and died by the jump ball, throwing the ball up for grabs on occasion. Good luck doing that against Senquez Golson. Good luck doing that against Cody Pruitt. Those guys could have a field day in the back in the secondary for the Rebels. And Trevone Boykin better bring his A game, because those guys are going to be fired up, building off the performance that they had against the Bulldogs and ready to go after a long layoff.
And what's really eerily similar, if you watch him on film, you're looking at an offense in TCU and a defense in Ole Miss. They're really kind of structured the same. Very skilled, very athletic, not necessarily big. You know, look at Ole Miss's defensive line. Those guys aren't the 295-pound defensive tackles, but they're very skilled. They're very athletic. And again, they work great in space. So to me, that's a great matchup. The other matchup really is, like you said, when you take Boykin and Bo Wallace and you sit there and you compare what they're going to do. Bo Wallace just came off an unbelievable game, right? Yeah. I mean, it was unbelievable. That win was huge in the Egg Bowl. Then you've got Trevone Boykin over here. They just came off an unbelievable big victory, and they're really disappointed with the way everything shook out. They've got something to prove in this football game, I can tell you. And Boykin is number 5 in the country in terms of points responsible for. This guy can play ball.